What most people do is they ask one question: do I have enough money? How much money do I have? Can I retire? Do I need more money? Well, you know what? That's important, but as I said, that's only one small aspect of the whole story. The truth is that retirement impacts every facet of your life. Look at all these different areas: career and work, personal development, family and relationships, perception of age and ability, location and community, leisure and social, finance and insurance, passions and interests, spiritual practice, health and wellness, purpose. You see, this is complex. You have the potential to weave all these facets into a beautiful retirement tapestry if you start thinking about it and if you start planning it now. If you don't consider all these facets, and unless extensive planning is done, then many retirees will be sorely disappointed and dissatisfied in their retirement years. Will, you talked about these people who sit in their Barcalounger watching TV all day. I don't think they wanted it that way. I don't think they would have chosen that. They just didn't know any different. They never thought about it. They didn't know what questions to ask. They had no one to talk about this with. It probably never even occurred to them that there was an alternative. That's a lack of education. That's a lack of awareness. So there are at least two megatrends that are critical to understanding today's retirement. According to Forbes, CNBC, Washington Post, and many, many other resources, American baby boomers are now turning 65 at an average rate of 10,000 per day. Okay? Most of those people are heading toward retirement. And you may not realize just how much our life expectancy has changed over the last several decades. Let me give you an example. In the year 1900, the average lifespan for men was 46 years old. The average lifespan for women was 48. Today, a man's life expectancy is 77 and a woman's is 81. I just read another article a few days ago which brings those numbers even higher. So expectation for our age as men is higher than that, and women is even higher than 81. This has become known as the graying of America. Another phrase is the silver tsunami, which refers to hair color. But either way you put it, there's a massive demographic shift in our country. More and more older people with a shrinking group of younger people. This is not unique to the United States. There are other countries where this pattern is even more pronounced. Unless you're experiencing declining health or have a family history of shortened lifespans, medical advances make it likely that you're going to spend many years in retirement. For most people, 30 to 40 years is a reasonable estimate. The baby boomer generation, that's us, has transformed retirement. And it's true. Now, this is not the 1950s anymore. And yet, many, many, many people still act and think as though we're still in the 1950s. Many people are still mentally stuck thinking about a picture when retirement means a honey-do list, sitting in the lazy boy chair, watching TV, maybe having a weekly bridge game with friends, going to bed at 8 o'clock every evening, and wondering how you're going to get through the next day, which runs into all the other days. It's a pretty depressing and boring scenario. The media also portrays a very negative view of people who are 65 and over. The media portrays people sitting on a beach, or someone in a rocking chair, or someone being, helped as they hobble down the street with an assistant. They also portray elderly people as having no real value in society, a burden to their families. I'm talking about the negative stereotypes of what retirement looks like.
Yeah.
Many people equate retirement with dying.
Yeah.
Retirement means I'm dying soon. Well, that's not necessarily true when people have vital, thriving, exciting lives for 25 years in retirement. For many people, it's the richest, most rewarding phase of their entire lives.